Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Journey Through the Darkside. I'm Daniel.
I'm Simon.
And I'm so fucking excited. Okay, go ahead. Well, what do we got on tap tonight? Oh, dude, you have no idea how happy I am for this one right here. This is the match. There's like a handful of matches that I was looking forward to reviewing. Mm-hmm. And this was the first on the list because this is like the first one since we started doing the show. My God, what, 2-3 months ago?
Yeah.
God damn. Since we started doing this show, that literally was like the first one. Like, I cannot wait to get to this match right here. And it don't really have much to do with Taker. I'm not gonna lie. Like, really, Taker has a, but whatever. This match, I'm pumped for. So, what we got going on? What event?
Royal Rumble 1992. Held in the Knickerbocker Arena in Albany, New York.
I'm gonna put a little screen graphic of Kramer up there.
With an attendance of...
Let me guess here. If I had to take a shot here...
Looked pretty full.
18,000?
Oh, man. 17,000 fans.
Overshot it. Fucking shot it.
Into the Knickerbocker Arena.
You guys want to know something funny? He literally said this before, and I honestly just forgot. I was going to try to nail it just to be like, I got it. I still fucked up. I was just like, shit, I got her to do a quick guess. So that's a legit guess right there, and I still overshot it.
Oh, so you didn't do it on purpose?
Didn't do it on purpose.
I really thought you did.
Trying to give legitimacy to this whole improv thing, this little more legitimacy. It's like, he's going to get facts wrong just so we can be corrected. Now, I'm clearly this clueless.
Yeah.
So, the Royal Rumble match.
Yep.
So let's get into, I guess, the build-up first for this thing.
Yeah, build it up for me.
Okay, so, as we've been talking about... Now,
something's going to have to build this up.
Like, literally for the last 2 weeks, this is all we've been talking about, literally.
And I got to watch this one.
You got to watch it. So the awesome internet wasn't screwing up on you?
No network errors this time.
Man, that's been a thing. Like, not to get too, I guess, off topic, but, like, I've been hearing everybody complain about... Because recently... a couple weeks ago, the NXT has went over to USA, and then the second half's on the network just until, Suits is done running. Because Suits trumps NXT, I guess, over in the USA world. But anyways, everybody's complaining the same thing. Like, they couldn't watch it until, hours later. And then, Triple H's, his response was, what are you whining about? It's on the network. You can watch it whenever. It's like, wow, what a dick. What a dick. But he don't care.
And I just got and maybe this is wrong.
No, go ahead.
Wrong information, but here recently this week I just got my notification for my payment to the network. And I believe it's went up.
Has it gone up? I haven't checked mine yet. I'm bad about not checking them. Like when they come in, I'm just like, yep, there's a reminder, and I just delete it, but I didn't realize that, but fucking Vince. It's alright.
Not significantly, and I may have not been,
that's the problem.
I may have not been factoring in taxes all this time.
But everybody does that shit. Netflix is just like, it's not a big deal, guys, it's $1. But guess what? When you got Netflix and Hulu and the network, and you got all these other fucking packages, your Pornhub Premium or whatever you got out there, guess what? That $1 here and $1 there, you're going back to pretty much paying your fucking cable bill, and it pisses me off.
Still cheaper than cable and satellite. And
right now it is. Right now it is. And then when cable ceases to exist, guess what? It's going up, buddy.
Oh, yeah, when there's no competition.
When there is nothing else, they're going to be like, yep, paying that $8 Netflix bill.
Then
just Netflix.
Pirate Bay Premium will definitely be the way to go.
I'm usually pretty good, with the exception of a couple shows here and there that you just can't, like for whatever reason, FX is fucking ridiculous when it comes to putting their stuff out the next day on Hulu or whatever. So It's Always Sunny, I can't watch legitimately until the next year.
FX usually it was a year later was when
a year later.
Yeah.
You're watching American Horror Story 84 right now.
Yes.
Guess what I'm about ready to watch? Last season because I just refuse to. I don't. American Horror Story ain't really one of those shows where I'm like, I gotta watch it, but I do want to keep up with it. But I'll do it legitimately. Whereas It's Always Sunny, I gotta go on freaking I don't even do Pirate Bay. I do this other sites, black market sites, where Pirate Bay is a little bit more professional. Right? Yeah, we're doing illegal stuff, but we got suits and ties. I'm in a back alley somewhere
smoking something.
It's ridiculous.
But we're Rumble 92.
Wow, we're doing a wrestling show, aren't we?
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. We've got really off topic right there.
Wow,
so anyways, so past couple weeks we've been talking about this situation that has involved Taker, Hogan, and Flair. And after the chicanery, the shenanigans, the hornswoggery, messed that one up. But anyways, all the craziness that was going on down at this Tuesday in Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Tony's pissed. He's just like, fuck it. give me your title. And he takes it from Hogan, strips him of his title, and vacates it. And decides, for the first time in WWF history, it will be defended at the Royal Rumble. Now, as a kid, I truly believed that any of those 30 could have won. Virgil could have won the world title. And I would have believed it when I was a kid. Because I've been like, holy shit. Like, he sucks one-on-one, but he gets behind the right person, just dumps him out, last second, boom.
So technically, does that mean that Virgil has been in a world title match?
He has. Legitimately. Like a real world title. Not like some indie fan who we're the world... No, it's like, this is legitimately a world title.
Repo Man.
Repo Man.
Has been in a world title match.
Yes, Skinner. The Alligator Man. My God, these guys.
The
Berserker. My God, what gimmicks we have in this Royal Rumble.
We'll get to that.
Oh, we'll get to it. Don't you worry about that. So, anyways, world titles on the line. The only kind of difference here...
Skyscraper, though.
Damn. He wasn't even the pre... Yeah, he was. He fought they fought the Bushwhackers. And literally... Watch it for Heenan's commentary. He rips on Jameson so much, it's freaking hilarious. But we're not talking about that match. That Skyscraper, though. Anyways, so to kind of make it fair-ish to Hogan and Taker, Jack Tunney stated about a month or so before the Rumble that when they do the drawings are legitimate, by the way. This ain't pre-written. These are all, that Taker and Hogan's number would be between 20 and 30 to kind of give them a better shot there. Because, once again, they're both former world champions in this period right here during this whole debacle, and so they're going to get a little bit better shot here than, the Repo Man or Virgil, So that's kind of the build-up there. Yeah, fair enough, absolutely. So that's kind of the build-up right there. So let's get into the Rumble. And anybody who's done the Rumble with us before knows that you're in for a show. Possibly a two-fucking-parter. Depend. But there's only 2 of us here this time. We may be able to take it down a little bit quicker,
Well, are we going to take it down quicker, or is Vince going to take it down quicker?
Oh, he'll take it down pretty fucking quickly. Yeah, let's briefly...
Can we touch on that?
Briefly touch on it. Like Michael Jackson and his kid. Let's just touch on it quickly. But
not repeatedly.
Not repeatedly. Even though we're going to be taken down repeatedly. So I don't get how other people do it.
Yeah.
And I'll call him out. I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan. But Brian Zane, Wrestling with Regret, Wrestle Talk does it from time to time. These guys put up... Social Injustice Warrior is another one. They all put these videos up, and to my knowledge, they don't get as flagged, but they literally show good-sized clips.
Full HD, quality clips.
Not just that, they're monetized. They're getting paid. So, they're using WWE product to get paid. We're not. We're doing this for absolutely free. And the rule I usually go by is anything longer than 5 seconds, I will quickly put a graphic or a filter, I'll invert the picture or something, which has worked pretty good, but I did forget one. When we did the last Royal Rumble last month, and it got flagged, but it seems like since then, now we have been
we're
under the radar, yes, and we've been getting, under the microscope, we're getting hit, and literally we are constantly getting our shit taken down, and I don't get it, because we're not making any profit off of it.
And here's the thing, we seriously want somebody to drop us a comment. Are they still down here?
They're still down here, so drop us something, let us know
how... we don't necessarily want to be monetized, that's not the thing here, but we just want to be able
to motherfucker,
play
we're
these
passion.
Videos. And we don't want to load it up with clips, but the 2 or 3 per episode that we might put in, we'd like to be able to stay in there.
Yeah.
We just need to know how that works. Do we have to contact them?
Well, yeah. What's the deal exactly?
I mean, we're getting serious with you guys, and we're sorry, but it's
what you'll notice is anybody who's checking our shit out as soon as it drops. Yes, that stuff is not the video you're getting now because that shit gets flagged. And we had one that usually get flagged instantly, but we had one that was up for 24 hours plus, and then it got flagged. And I was like, what the hell? So a lot of times you're getting the re-uploads, and you'll know they're re-uploads because I'll put in big fucking print, Vince, quit being a bitch. Boom. And they let that pass. Vince is okay with that. He's okay if we call him a bitch, but he doesn't like you seeing these obscure clips. And not even these aren't even money clips. These are literally the clips that got flagged was Brian Knobs cleaning house. Who gives a fuck about that?
Yeah.
Vince McMahon,
well, I actually got Knobs may have took that.
Knobs probably.
No, he probably would have fought for it to stay.
He would have fought for it, and then you know what? You guys need to monetize that shit so I can get my cut. That's what he would have done. But you know what? Regardless, so if you guys ever notice why certain clips were hey, check this out, and then it just has Vince quit being a bitch on it, that's why, right there. So
and YouTube is nothing new to either one of us.
No. We've been around the block quite a few times.
We've never tried to use licensed.
Exactly. And that's the weird thing is I'm using movie clips as well.
Well, yeah, and there's people who do movie reviews and music reviews and the whole deal and use all that stuff.
Yeah. And we're the ones getting hit.
Yeah,
and we're not even
the little guy.
Yeah, literally the little guy. Because like we don't even have that following yet.
Yeah.
And so it'd be funny if we do blow up and then someone watches this and they're like, "Holy shit, you guys got like 10,000 fucking followers. What do you mean you ain't got? Well, you don't have them right now at this current time, but maybe in the future. But still, right now, we are the little guy, and Vince is just he doesn't like little guys. He wants big guys.
So, he does like that. So anyways, we apologize for the interruption here, but it is kind of a pain in the ass, and for the 4 of you that want to watch the video, I'm sure it's a pain in the ass for you too.
So we appreciate you guys sticking in there, and
because for the entertainment of it, it's nice to be able to add those in. I mean, we can do it straight up like this, and that'd be
no text, no cutaways, no goofy pictures. And just do a straight talking to the camera thing, but we actually we appreciate we appreciate you guys watching. We're gonna give you guys a little something extra back, So anyways, let's get to the Rumble. So we kick things off. The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
Hell yeah.
Oh no, we don't. Sorry, I scrolled down for a second. The British Bulldog. The British Bulldog. Sorry, which was funny because he actually, in addition to being in the Final Four last year, they recently had a big UK event. It wasn't a pay-per-view, but just like a tour.
Yeah,
but they capped it off with this huge battle royal at the Royal Albert Hall, which Bulldog won. And I remember as a kid even thinking like, wow, that means something here. He's a top contender here. And it was like, it doesn't.
I mean, he did mention it in his previous promo.
So that's why, because that way I knew it as a kid. I didn't see the match until years later. It was on like Superstar tape. WWS Superstar tape, fucking whatever. So exactly. So I did see it eventually, but at the time of this, watching this, I never knew that. And I was like, holy shit! Like he's headlining and winning massive battle royals other places. And it turns out it didn't really matter because that's just what they do. That Tiger Ali Singh guy won in the Middle East. They did an event back in '97. Who's Tiger Ali Singh? Exactly. But guess what? He was winning big events overseas for WWF. So anyway, so British Bulldog comes in at number 1. But at number 2, the $1 Million Man. Which most people will be like, holy shit. But guess what? This guy was like number 1 back in '90. And the dude went like over a half hour. Like he broke the Iron Man record at that time. Maybe a half hour before, it doesn't matter. He broke it. So it was just like, holy shit. He's got a chance. He doesn't. Gets eliminated before number 3 even comes out. Clotheslined out, which I thought was kind of funny because I was just like, as a kid, I thought like, oh shit, he's gonna do it again. No, he doesn't. He gets taken out pretty quickly. Interesting to note here that this is the last time that Sherry would be his manager on pay-per-view. I don't know about otherwise, but pay-per-view. Of course, she found herself a new boy toy later on.
Find a boy toy.
A sexy boy.
Yeah.
A sexy boy toy. Anyways, so DiBiase sent packing, but number 3. God damn. Ric Flair.
I knew it.
Woo! Man, as a kid, it's funny because the adult versions of ourselves were more fucking cynical and more about the wrestling and pretend, But as a kid, it was just like I loved faces, hated heels, and I hated Flair so much back then. I was just like, no, this is not your company. Get that fake title away. Hogan's gonna teach you a lesson. So when he came at number 3, it was like, listen to Heenan. How passionate he was.
Yeah.
Opposite me, just passionate against it. I was like, yes! Screw you, Flair! You ain't gonna... There's no way you can win this! And the first time I watched this, it was literally like that the entire time. I just kept waiting, like, well, he's gonna get thrown out eventually. Because as a kid, I don't know him other than WWF. And he's a weasel wrestler. He's a chicken shit heel. So it's just like, he's not competent in the ring without cheating. So it's just like, he's in there with 29 other guys. There's no way he can win.
Yeah, he's got no managers,
no manager, no one's helping him.
I mean, Mr. Perfect did come down with him, but
he left. The manager were told to leave, so it's just like he was out there by himself. Goddamn, no way he can win this.
There's no way he's gonna win.
No possible way. And Gorilla Monsoon puts that in there throughout the entire thing. Like no one has ever drawn 1-5, which I'm thinking like it's gotta be higher than that. Because I'm thinking like I forget what Duggan came in '88.
I was gonna say, what Rumble is this now?
This is the 4th one.
Okay.
The 4th pay-per-view, the 5th TV one. And like I said, I don't know what Duggan came in, but that was only a 20-man Rumble. So I'm like, I never count that. So yeah, the 4th one, and all of those were all 20s and above. So I'm thinking like no one 19 and under has ever won the Royal Rumble, but he made sure to tell you, like no one's even 1-5. So Flair comes in and begins his journey. We'll definitely briefly touch on him throughout.
What a journey.
Oh my God. Up next, Jerry...
He took a journey to the dark side.
He took a journey to the dark side. My God, he looked like hell afterwards. He definitely looked worse than we ever do when we do these journeys. So, up next, Jerry Sags. There is one interesting tidbit here.
Now you're going to put a clip of him up now?
Absolutely. Absolutely. They'll probably take it down. But Jerry Sags comes out. He actually, it's a little tidbit that apparently this is the only pay-per-view match that he ever competed in without Brian Knobbs. Now, Knobbs has done it numerous times after that.
Okay.
Jerry Sags, apparently, this is the only run he had, and it didn't turn out so good for him. So, probably why he's just like, nope, never again, can't split up. When Knobbs is like, I'm splitting up, he's like, I'm out then. I quit wrestling. Hey. I retire because I can't do it without you.
Knobbs and Hogan?
Knobbs and Hogan, that's it. Yeah. So, Sags comes in, he doesn't make it long at all. No. I guess I should say Bruce Bulldog, because, I mean, I'm going to get to every individual thing. He ends up going for 23 minutes plus. I mean, he has a really good run.
They definitely were
that up. Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, it was like hold on, they're doing Flair, but they're like, and don't forget, Bulldog's also been in there.
I think they were hyping him up to be the guy that broke the.
Exactly. One thing that was really frustrating to me as a kid was early on, he grabs Flair up over his head.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, there it is, he's out, and he's just like, oh, just slam him here. I'm like, why?
Well, not to skip ahead too much or give too much away, but how many times did him or someone else have him in a
2 or 3 because position? Hercules did the same, or Barbarian did it later on. And I want to say maybe Hercules, I can't remember, but it happens like 2 or 3 times, and literally each time as a kid, I'm like, and even look at the crowd.
3 steps.
Crowd even doing this, and you're just like, you want to slam him, right? And they're like, no, we want you to throw the fucker out because this dude had heat on him, like, and it's just great because this is like for all intent and purposes, this is WWF territory, like this is New York. So really, Flair is that outsider, and I just love it because, dude, every time he's close to being eliminated, dude, the crowd is going fucking nuts.
And you have to know that in Vince's bubble, it was probably even worse then than it is now. In his mind, he probably thought, you know who Ric Flair is.
Yeah. Oh, I'm positive of that. I mean, and it's weird.
And this is a guy, like I said, now I don't have the stats right in front of me, but I'm saying he's probably close to 40 already at this time.
Yeah, I'm sure.
He's already had a career and a half.
Yeah. And here it is now. And
now he's, I mean, they definitely pushed him immediately. I mean, you couldn't hide the fact.
Yeah.
Like,
but still, I mean,
you're not Hogan.
Nope.
You're not Savage. You're not even the Undertaker.
But they strapped the rocket to him anyway.
They did, yeah.
Launched him.
They probably Vince probably, hey, put the rocket on this kid. He's got a bright future.
Number 5.
Who is it?
Haku.
Oh man.
Who was an alternate for Marty Jannetty? Because Jannetty, just a few weeks earlier than that, got himself kicked in the face and then tossed through a barbershop window.
Oh wow.
Sorry, Jannetty, nice knowing you.
And he was at home probably on some painkillers for that.
Just for face. That's the only reason he'd be doing the painkillers. So I'm sure that's what it was. He's just healing up. It happens.
Yeah.
Haku, alternate. He's another guy, I guess I should say, him, Ted DiBiase, and Jerry Sags didn't even make it 2 minutes, and they were literally quickly eliminations.
They kept the ring pretty clear.
They did.
For quite a while.
Especially in the early half. You kind of tell there is a halfway mark. It's very distinct, but we'll get to that. So up next, though, speaking of Marty Jannetty, we got Shawn Michaels, who does have a pretty good run. His very first event as the Heartbreak Kid. Like, he's been a rocker.
Single.
For the, he may have done some matches before, but as far as pay-per-view go, this is the first glimpse of the Heartbreak Kid. He does a really good run for himself. Another guy who, like Flair, spent a majority of this outside the ring hanging on for dear life. Like, he is that, and you can almost tell he was just like, fuck it. Like, I know Flair's the man, but guess what? I'm going to make sure I make myself look good too. And he does. Like, he does, incredibly. Up next, we got Tito Santana, El Matador. Jesus Christ. He does pretty decent, though, for himself. The Barbarian comes out next. These are guys that, like, I personally like, but you can just tell they are just extras at this point. Haku, Barbarian, these guys, no one cares. No one cares at all. Unfortunately, this would be Barbarian's last event for a couple years. He would go WCW for an ill-fated run. He did give himself a world title shot against Ron Simmons, but you ever hear anybody say world champion Barbarian? No. He didn't.
I haven't heard.
And so anyway, he comes back. He changed his name. I don't remember how to pronounce it. Like Sony. He was actually Samu's replacement in the Head Shrinkers for like one pay-per-view.
Oh, okay.
Didn't last long. Thought 2 would outgrow him and then go on to some kind of weird inner city rapper gimmick. It was a dark time. It's 95, guys. Come on. Texas Tornado comes out. Another one that we were talking about him last month.
The fucking Warrior.
Yeah.
No. Texas Tornado.
And once
These
again,
fucking boots, take them off.
And once again, we talked about last month, like, you know, he had the look, he was interject. Here, you could tell he's on his way out.
It was
from the company, but just
he was doing those little. What did it have? The tornado punch.
Yeah, the tornado punch, discus punch, whatever you call it.
Awful.
Yeah.
And guys were kind of like half selling it.
Yeah. Look at his face when he comes out. Like, he just looks like he just doesn't care. Like, he's just like, I'm done. And you show it. Unfortunately, this would be his last pay-per-view, and I think wasn't shortly after. I think it was a year or so, but he would eventually commit suicide. And that would be the end of the Tornado legacy. But yeah, it was just kind of like, wow.
He watched this match back.
Yeah, no doubt. Up next, we got, I don't care what anybody says, I like the gimmick.
There we go.
Repo Man. Gorilla Monsoon's hilarious. He's like, look at the idiot. He don't even know which way to go because he's doing this the whole time. But I'm like, it's brilliant. Like, it fits his character, and at the same time, it's like, that's smart. And even he's like, why would you want to run in there and try to fight everybody? Like, you know, he's going to pick his spot, weasels way in there, and he does. And he goes for a good 6 minutes. So, considering that this Rumbles has a lot of, like, 2-minute wonders, it's like, not bad.
Yeah.
Up next, we have Greg Valentine.
The Hammer.
Iron Man at one point set a really good record. Unfortunately, he goes only 4 minutes here.
Yeah.
You can tell. And he was also on his way out as well. He would return quicker, though. He came back in '93 Survivor Series as one of Jerry Lawler's knights. The Royal Corps, one of those jobbers in a mask. You know, because Greg Valentine, former IC and tag champion, who deserves a little bit more of a legacy. And right now, you're a fucking jobber that we're going to recognize as Greg Valentine. He would come back at the '94 Rumble, but...
It seems like with DiBiase, Valentine, and a little later Martel.
Yeah, and a few others too on this list you'll notice.
They were talking about, you know, their Iron Man. They were in this, and none of them lasted.
No, not a single one.
They didn't know redemption whatsoever.
No. And it's also, and maybe it's just funny because, I mean, there clearly is a roster shift going on right now. Now, it would happen more turbulently in a few months when the steroid scandal would hit.
Yeah.
But even now, pre-steroid, I'm not sure if the steroid's even a thing right now, but you're noticing a lot of these guys, they're almost like they are pushing, because even like non-steroid guys like Greg Valentine, they're getting rid of the older guys. Tito Santana's the one that's kind of getting phased out, and you are bringing up your Harts, your Michaels, you know, I mean, deservedly so. I mean, because I think even as a kid, I mean, this performance don't help, but you see these guys getting, you know, jobbed out, and you're like, no, it's time for them to leave.
And not just with the steroid scandal, which that was the big thing.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, Hogan's on his way out in a year or so.
Exactly. And he clearly doesn't look as big as he did a few years before this. I mean, it's just like, it literally is like, there is a shift happening even before our very eyes. Up next, we got another alternate, Nikolai Volkov. Which,
old wrestlers.
Jesus Christ. A minute 3. He lasted a minute 3.
Not bad.
He was always from the Soviet Union, and even before, or even after the fall, it was always like he was still from Russia, but here they're trying to say he was like from Luxembourg or whatever satellite thing, like Lithuanian, that's what it was. He was Lithuanian, and it's like, what? It's like, yeah, I guess. But, he don't last long at all. In fact, this would be his last pay-per-view appearance until WrestleMania 11, where he'd be part of the $1 Million Corporation as a manager. Wasn't even an in-ring pay-per-view return, and then he'd be out again, and you wouldn't see him on pay-per-view until the Gimmick Battle Royal at WrestleMania 17. Yeah. So this is Nikolai's last run, and goddamn. We got Big Boss Man up next.
Hell yeah.
Dude, here's Pop. Dude coming out, House of Fire, and he was kind of the last hope.
Did you see his kick? Like, he...
Fucking roundhouse? Like a Chuck Norris roundhouse?
God.
I loved it.
Didn't miss a beat.
Oh, man, he goes in there, whap, and I'm just like, yes.
Another big guy, way too athletic for his size.
Way too.
And he's not even like, in no offense, wasn't even like muscular, man.
No.
He was just a fat guy.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was still
here, he actually looks pretty good. He has probably slimmed down a little bit.
Yeah, because he used to be a lot bigger.
Yeah, he was a lot. You got his 80s shit, it's like, fucking fat, but it's like here. But you know, the thing is he's another guy who's also on his way out. In fact, it would be the following year, I think, he would head up to WCW as the Guardian Angel or some shit. No, he was the boss first.
I was gonna say, they kept the cop gimmick.
Yeah, and then they took it away from him because the WWF was pressing charges.
Yeah.
But he ain't out here yet, because he'd compete at the Royal Rumble coming up, or the 93 Royal Rumble.
But I'm gonna say this, regardless of how long he was in there, he made every second count.
Oh, absolutely. He was a standout.
Yeah.
And once again, made it look like, even with all these other wrestlers in there who we were mentioning and more to come, we're getting to that halfway point where it comes down to Flair, and he thinks everybody's out because Bossman goes over, but he kind of bounces himself back in, and then he's just like, and I'm like, holy shit! Like now he's gonna serve some hard time, and it was like the last hope where it's like, fuck, like he's throwing Flair's out now, like there's no way he's gonna get past the Bossman.
No way.
And no, the Bossman does the crappiest trick in the book. He ends up running, and then like you don't do fucking giant clotheslines or body presses. But he's like, I'm gonna do this one time next to Flair, next to the ropes.
Yeah.
How'd that work out for you, Bossman? So, anyways,
one real quick thing too. I mean, I know we still got a while to go.
Oh yeah, we're gotta get a little run.
Now I don't know if it was just something that I perceived or if this was actually happening, but it seems like a lot of the old WCW or NWA guys that would come in, they all got their shots in on Flair.
I didn't know that. I noticed that. It seemed like everybody was taking shots on Flair.
All of them would kind of run over there, and it's like, they used to work for him.
Yeah, you're right, and that may be part of it. But I didn't know it was like Michael's.
I mean, I'm not saying no one took liberties, but it was like all but everybody, like Bossman.
Well, I think it was almost like one of those things where it's like, I can see Vince going, "Listen, this is Mr. NWA, but he's gonna win my Rumble. It's the right move to make." He's gonna work for it because I mean they even said like I guess Heenan initially said he wanted him to come in at number 1, and that was his idea. Like, even Heenan himself like went to Vince and was like, listen, put him in at number 1. That'd be build the tension. And it was Vince that said they kind of like basically negotiated like we'll do it 3. And I'm like, it doesn't matter, fuck 2 minutes, like who cares? But still yet. And so I get the feeling that they're just like. Because like everybody, heel or face, didn't matter. Made a beeline to Flair and beat the shit out of it. And I'm just like, God damn! I didn't notice it, like you said, until this very viewing. Because I was even going like Michaels, he's a bad guy. Like, why is he? But they didn't care. It was like this is like one of the few times where it was every man for himself.
And that may be more accurate. But I was just like, man, all these old.
Because once again,
guys
title is on the line too. So I guess that makes sense. But nope, you're right. I noticed that for the first time this time too. That everybody was just like. Flair, and I'm sure those guys who were just like, Jim Crockett Promotions, you're a top guy for a long time, and I never moved up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Big Bubba Rogers.
So, Bossman kicks him out. I take that back. I said he was on his way out. He wasn't. He had one more good angle to go. With Nels. He had a good... Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that really was...
But then after that went away, then it was just like, see you later, boss man. But yeah, I forgot he did have Nels.
Are we doing our Nails pay-per-view review next after
Taker's done, we're definitely going to be doing a Nails.
Sorry to spoil it for you, but it's Nails.
Fucking, he's the prisoner in WCW.
Yeah, no, they put the prisoner gimmick on him.
They even changed the outfit. Like, this was Boss Man. They made his police uniform black over there. Like, it got blue. No, Nels are like, nope, just orange. Like, not even like old school, like stripes or anything. No, just like, nope, orange. It's the same outfit he wore, actually.
Did they let you keep the... Yeah.
Yeah,
just bring it.
Bring it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. We know what we're doing over here. Up next, at number 14, Hercules, the mighty Hercules. Does he look like a Jake the Snake Roberts to you? Like, I swear, I look at him, I was like, holy shit. Like, he had the way he did a mustache and just like, another guy whose
body had mullets.
Oh, yeah. And like, once again, I'm not sure, like I said, I don't know if this was steroid. If you guys know, drop it down below if this is like during the time when the steroids were really getting kicked in. But like, he even looked a little smaller because Hercules was always cut. Like, even if he wasn't the biggest guy, he was still very muscular and cut. And here he seems like he was a little flabby.
Well, we got one guy coming in later who definitely proved that somebody was still...
Even if he's like, won't they get the needle in him? Probably not. But anyways, Hercules, another guy, 56 seconds. Like, didn't do shit. But this was the halfway mark. Like, this was where, when he came in, it was just setting up. Let's get Boss Man and Flair together, and then like Boss Man. So you get this breathing moment where it's just Flair, and he does what he does the Flair bump, which we all love.
Flair pop is the shit.
Which I guess I will mention right now. Heenan on commentary is the best.
Oh, he's killing it.
In fact, if there's any other, I was like, if there's any other superstar that comes out of this besides Flair, it's Heenan. And like literally, I just love because I mean, even though you know it's all whatever, you get the feeling that he's legitimately pissed at Monsoon for making fun of Flair. And he's like, will you shut up? Oh, I'm trying to watch. It's just like, it's brilliant. Like, you buy it. It's Heenan, goddamn, dude. Like, seriously.
Oh, no.
Man, rest in peace, up there in the wrestling pantheon. Like, I'm an atheist, but I believe in wrestling heaven. Yeah. And he's up there, he's calling
big ring in the sky.
For a guy who's like the greatest manager of all time, he's also like my favorite commentator of all time. So he alternates up there. He's constantly just like, you know what, hop up. I'm gonna sit down for a little bit too and do some commentating. So,
but and actually, I'll make this point real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
When we were talking about the Flair flop, the first time in this match he did the Flair flop, I think I'm probably way wrong, but I was thinking it was Tornado that hit him, like with that big punch.
Oh yeah.
It was, but anyway, somebody hit him with a big right hand or whatever, and he just kind of walked away from the corner, and I was like, man, what a dick!
Yeah,
right to the guy's face. Just, like, I'm Ric Flair, motherfucker.
And then shit, but
5 seconds later, then he falls. I was like, oh, yeah, perfect.
And I know as a kid,
even the guy, I swear, I don't know, I can't remember, but even the guy
I think Tornado did do it. Yeah.
Like,
well, he does that a couple times. Like he just and then he does this whole walk. It's like he's power walking and then it's great. It's just, oh my god.
But it's just, I mean, the guy hitting him even was kind of like,
what a prick. Probably Tornado. He looked like he had a shitty night anyway, so I'm sure he wasn't in a mood to be fucking around. Yeah. So.
And the other thing when you were talking about the commentating. Now, I've watched wrestling since I was fucking. Let's see. Probably 4 or 5 years old.
Okay.
And thanks to my grandparents. And but when I talk about commentary that I grew up with, and my peak viewing, it's always going to be King and Jim Ross.
Okay, fair enough.
I will always give them that #1 spot.
Okay, fair enough. I respect that.
As an adult, going back and watching these old pay-per-views, it's a tie. It's an absolute neck and neck tie. Gorilla and Bobby Heenan. They are awesome.
This incredible chemistry together.
And it's just a shame that they tried Piper, they've tried the Body, Vince. Well, Vince ended up having a pretty good run as a commentator. Actually, he wasn't too bad, to be honest.
He gets better.
He was more just kind of straight laced.
Yeah.
But Gorilla and Bobby both and they are calling that big match in the sky.
Oh, absolutely. They should be. There's no who else would do it? My God, those are it.
Gordon Sully walks in and they're like, well, we got this.
We got it. Don't worry about it. Take a hike. Yep. Bob Caudle, sorry. Yep. Don't need you.
They're doing that indie promotion.
Exactly. They're doing, I'm sure they got territory set up there too. So, you guys want to call some NWA shit, go ahead.
Is the WCW in wrestling heaven?
Yep. With Vince Russo's career. It's waiting on him though. Vince Russo's career
the career's already there.
It's like, come on. Gotta get up here. So yeah.
Nobody's got a story, bro.
Swerve. Anyways.
You weren't ready for that, were you?
I wasn't ready for that. That's brilliant. Awesome. So anyways.
Where are we at?
But no, I agree with you. For me personally, because I grew up with...
Tony Schiavone.
Well, no, it's the Costume Home Videos. My #1 is Monsoon and Heenan, but my #2 is Monsoon and the Ventura. I thought they were just...
Dude, Jesse's a shit, too.
Jesse's great. But for me, 3 would definitely be Jim Ross and Akeem, because regardless of the era, they just had that dynamic that Monsoon and Heenan had,
Yeah, they kind of were the more modern day.
It really was, and literally, it didn't feel forced.
No one's worked like that in... since.
Yeah, no, I agree. The little interaction I've had with the current whatever, no, I haven't. Even post those two, even when I'm watching Ruthless Aggression era, no one's coming close to that. The closest that would come to was maybe JR and, you can say it.
Heyman. I was going to say, that would be probably a #2 for me, 2 or 3, because even though it was pretty short-lived.
Yeah, it was good. But see, they worked together really good.
Heyman was just more evil,
he's antagonizing purposely.
Like a bad, being really mean about it. Lawler was just more kind of joke, being,
more of a prankster, degenerate type, dirty old man. I mean, I always kind of put it like that.
Where you could almost see that, like Lawler and King, kayfabe-wise. Yeah. We're still friends.
Yeah, exactly,
and Brain and Gorilla, we're still friends.
Exactly, yeah.
But they just push each other's buttons.
Exactly.
It was like, Heyman and JR hated each other.
I
think they kind of did.
Yeah, so old NWA, and I don't know, I'm not as good on NWA, but they did, of course, Paulie Dangerously and Jim Ross did a couple of pay-per-views. And even during that, you're just like, God, JR's pissed at him. Like, he's legitimately like, just like, will you shut the fuck up? Like, without actually going with the F-bomb, he literally is just like, shut your mouth right now. Yeah. Call, you know. And I'm just like, it's just brilliant. But all right, so now we're at that midway point, and Flair's getting a breather, and then boom, who would come out? Hot Rod. And
hell yeah.
Brilliant, because even if you don't know, because they do have some NWA history, this is the one guy, aside from Hogan, that has been feuding with Flair since he came into the company. Like, they just don't like each other.
And I don't think that they did legitimately.
They did not.
I think there was maybe some real heat, and it came of like shooting interviews later on. But I will say this, though. It's not the Roddy I wanted to see.
Really? See, I'll say...
I think... now, controversial statement.
Yeah, no, sure.
And actually, I know that I'm wording this wrong.
I said fuck CM Punk and Daniel Bryan last week, so you're fine. Go ahead.
But it was almost a past his prime Roddy Piper.
No, it definitely was. I will say that. But here's why I like it.
He did have another resurgence.
Yeah. No, I'll tell you right now, though, this Piper is way better than any Piper past this. The 96 president, but I'm going to also wrestle every now and then Piper. The coming back to battle the NWO Piper. The coming back to battle Hogan in the Ruthless Aggression era. It was just... I've never seen... So, to me, this was his final good run.
Okay, but I mean...
Yeah, I know what I'm saying, yeah. I like this Piper for one big reason. When he came back to wrestling in the late 80s after his Hollywood attempt... I mean, don't get me wrong, I love him. Hollywood didn't. Anyways, I love Suburban Commando and Hogan.
Put on the glasses.
Oh... Putting that picture up, motherfucker. That's what I'm putting up.
Put on the glasses.
Oh, and he did.
Put them on.
No. Put on your fucking glasses. I will, real quick, you brought it up, I gotta say it. Met the guy at a convention, and nicest dude in the world. Like, seriously, you can't say no.
Look at this picture.
Right there.
He put on the glasses?
He put on the glasses.
Did you guys see that?
I went up to him, shaking, like, I was like, he ain't gonna do it. Like, I'm fucking clown shoes. And I brought 2 pairs with me, and I was like, Piper, and he signed my They Live DVD, and I was like, I hate to ask. Because I don't get a picture. He already agreed to the picture, so he did the picture. But I leaned, I'm like, man, I hate to ask. But I was like, would you wear the glasses for me? And he goes, sure thing, Bubba. And I'm like, oh my God! And he gave him the glasses, and you saw it right there.
Who's the photo? Where's the photo credits on that?
Oh, wait, who did? I don't know who did the photo on that one.
I took that picture.
Did you take a picture?
Yeah, I was your photographer.
Oh, okay, I did not.
I got to go to the front of the line.
Oh, okay.
And I got a free handshake.
Well, there you go. I forgot all about that. So there it is. That was a crazy. Well, you were so busy in your own area, but yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
I was doing business that day.
When it comes to wrestling, we're going to be together. Yeah. But so, anyways, but I like this run because when he comes in, he's helping out his. Well, it's his cousin, isn't it, Bret Hart? Are they related or not? What's the thing there?
You guys remember Joey, right? Our wrestling historian.
Where's Joey? Anyways.
He has told me, because Piper has mentioned the Harts as cousins before. Joey has told me that cousin is kind of a wrestling term for just...
Gotcha. So just... They're tied.
It's not blood relation particularly, but and you guys probably know more than we do.
Yeah.
Because we're not wrestling historians. We're just dumb fans.
Exactly. That's at the end of the day, that's exactly what we are.
That's why it's cool when we have Joey here. Because then we get to shut up.
Exactly.
Which is probably cool for you all. So I don't know. So again.
So leading up to this event, Hart had a 100 and whatever fever and fought the Mountie, and the Mountie defeated him for the IC title, which Piper got showed up to defend him because he's being shocked afterwards. So they have a match at the Royal Rumble, and Piper wins. And you gotta remember, this is at a time when titles actually kind of meant something.
Oh, yeah.
And Piper never held a title in the WWF, which is mind-blowing by itself, but it's like, damn, you're right. And so see him win, the look on his face, it's just like, God damn, like he is so happy. And like I said, whether it's legit or just he's a great actor, either way, you buy it. Like, man, this guy, as old as he is, like you said, past his prime, he had that one last run and he got the IC title. You can't help but, cheer for him. So when he runs down there, and even before he did the promo, he was just like, I'm going to make history by winning 2 titles. I'm going to win the IC title, I already did it, and I'm going to win the world title. Even though I'm firmly on Hogan's side, Piper could have won that, I would have walked away happy. Like, I would have been like, wasn't Hogan, but goddamn Piper did it. And so when he runs out there,
8-year-old Daniel was just
absolutely, just pulled my little
fucking Hulk Hogan underwear, ball of cereal.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And so he runs out there, and the look on Flair's face, he's just like, fuck, he knows this is bad. And dude, Heenan plays that beautifully. It's just a perfect moment in this thing, and it's great because at one point, like, Flair does an inverted tongue drop, and then Piper just no-sells it and just. I love it.
I poked him a couple of times.
A few times. It's great. So, Piper comes out there, throws him in a sleeper hold, and you're like, oh shit, don't put him out and talk more. But then the bell or the buzzer goes off. Trust me, Jake Snake comes out. I will go ahead and say real quick, Piper will go on to wrestle for 34 minutes plus.
Oh yeah.
Good run for the man.
He deserves it.
Oh, absolutely. So Jake comes out. Now this is during Jake's awesome heel run. Now as a kid, hated Jake.
What do you think about no music entrances in Royal Rumble?
Honestly, I don't like it now. As a kid, I didn't care either way.
Well, of course.
But now I kind of like to hear. Oh, yeah, like, could you imagine Austin coming out without the glass breaking?
Because usually the music will play, and you're like, then you get the pop. And
exactly.
It's just some guy walks through the curtain.
Yeah, and so I agree. I now, even if we could redo it, I would have the music playing. So I couldn't imagine, like I said, The Rock, Stone Cold, Hogan. I mean, these guys coming out with no music. I don't think Hogan's ever done it, but anyways.
And by this time, music was a huge
prevalent. Like everybody had it. I mean, so but Jake comes out, and it's just great because it's like. Wrestling's got to wrestling sometimes, but like even Piper should know. Hey, he's a tweener. Like even though he's a good guy, clearly, it's like he still cheats and breaks the rules like everybody else. Like he's not a good guy by definition. Yeah. So it's like even he should be smart in this. But anyways, Jake gets in there and kind of goes into this corner. He's just like, nah, go ahead, not worried about it. And he's like, okay, and he goes back to the sleeper home, turns his back on Jake, and Jake attacks him. And as a kid, I've been thinking.
The commentary. I don't know if they just misread the spot, but or Heenan or Gorilla, whoever said it was like, "Oh, look, Jake's telling him to come on." I was like, "No, he's clearly saying."
Exactly. You're right. I do remember that. And so Jake attacks, jumps in there, beats him up. Now, like we said last year at the Royal Rumble, which was last month for us, that when Roberts and Martel was feuding, when Martel was already out there, he kept every time the buzzer go off, he look around and make sure, okay, shit, it's not Jake, good. And then, now it's the same thing, but now it's Roberts and Savage. And because at this point, unfortunately, Warrior's gone completely, so we are settled into now, Jake is now feuding with Roberts.
What a fucking awesome feud.
Oh, my God. Jesus. Oh, I love it. Dude, he slaps Elizabeth on paper. It doesn't seem like, because we're going to do the Attitude Era where everybody's just beating women up anyways, but guess what? At this point,
but it's 2019.
91, 92.
Like, people, we don't slap.
I was like, we don't do that now. Time's up. Me too. Come on. But anyways, literally, at that point, though, when he strikes Elizabeth in the ring at this Tuesday in Texas, you're like, God damn, this dude's evil. That's just all there is to it. And this is, to me, in retrospect, as a kid, I love face Jake, but in retrospect, this is my favorite Jake run, was this heel
run tell you what,
right here.
As a kid, vividly remember Jake. Mm-hmm. Probably... Even as a kid, it's real.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
This is a bad guy.
Exactly.
This is a good guy.
Yes.
Blah, blah, blah. Jake was probably a heel that I liked. Probably one of the only heels that I really liked.
I was programmed perfectly for WWF at that time until we'll get to that guy.
I'm not talking about slapping women and shit like that, but like the snake gimmick and all. I was just like, oh my God, this is so cool. Like, because I wasn't scared of snakes. Yeah. So it wasn't like.
See, that's the thing. That's why I always liked it. Because I had uncles that had snakes, so I was constantly holding, little boas and pythons like that. So like I could identify with this guy. So when I see like these big muscle guys scared to death of snakes and running away, like
if it was Jake the Spider Roberts.
Oh yeah. I'm not scared of spiders, but I don't like spiders. I don't like them.
I'm done.
So, but yeah, so he comes out there, and like I said, this whole run was just perfect, and he was sinister. And so you got three legends in the ring right now.
And Jake, it sucks that he's went through what he went through, and he's, whatever. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you're fine. No.
Man, probably top 5, like all around total package fucking performers.
I agree.
In the WWF.
Unfortunately, never got that.
I know.
Mega, but I agree.
Hogan, Rock, Austin, Shawn Michaels, those guys are always going to be probably legitimately above him, but dude, he's got to be there.
Oh, absolutely. I totally agree with that. No, absolutely.
I mean,
and I always feel like,
and this going back and watching these, like, it's like, man, why don't we do it, Jake? Why aren't we doing Jake?
He's another one of those guys who always had a consistently great story.
Right now.
We're going to get into some Dark Taker stuff, believe me.
But Jake is the darkest,
Yeah.
He makes Undertaker look like a fucking
without the supernatural.
Funhouse.
Exactly.
Even
like
though that's pretty fucking.
That's cool. I like it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I agree. Like I said, this is, and I always kind of felt like, I mean, I get it. We know he had a lot of personal stuff going on, but it's just like, man, he still should have got like that Uber push. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm like, clearly we're getting away from the beefy dude, so it's like, how did Jake not just slide in perfectly that main event? But of course, we also know.
And it's like, I mean, I keep cutting you off, dude. This
fine.
episode's going to be forever.
He'll complain about it later, but then he's going to be like the guy who, I went back and watched the Royal Rumbles. A little behind the scenes stuff. Him and Joey hated the 2-part Royal Rumble we did last month. The entire time it was those two guys taking it on. Like every time I'm sitting there going, you guys are willing to complain about this afterwards, but it was all them. Go ahead.
Like, you know, and we're part of this, what I'm getting ready to say, like horror guys.
Absolutely.
We'll talk about wrestling. And, you know, and they'll mention Undertaker, obviously.
Yeah.
Kane, Mankind, even a little bit, you know, and whatever. Why not Jake? Jake is a serial killer.
Yeah.
Is a human form, like, stalker.
I will say, I've done little lists here and there.
Jake would cut your fucking head off just as quick as the Undertaker
absolutely.
would.
And thing is, I
care a lot
always
less
did
about it.
I put him in that category only because I always felt like even though he himself was not supernatural per se, he would walk that line and go into those storylines with Ultimate Warrior and then later on Taker. So I don't know. For me, I know, and you're right because the general average, you see any kind of top 10 spooky gimmicks, he's never going to be on those lists.
The boogeyman will always be on there.
Always. But no, Jake on my list.
You got to be scared of him or Cornette will slap the shit out of you.
That's right. Don't fuck around.
But as a kid, you didn't really make the connection. It's like, oh, cool guy with a mullet and a snake.
That's the requirement. That's it.
He's a wrestler.
He's it.
No, but anyways, as an adult, going back and watching his promos and his mostly the promos and like the vignettes he'd be in, it's like, this guy's creepy as fuck.
No, he really is.
Like, this guy is a murderer.
Like you said, he has that serial killer quality. He's very methodical.
Yeah.
He plans stuff out. And like I said, even in his good days, he would still do whatever it took to win kind of thing. So it's just like, just because the fans aren't on his side don't mean he really changed up a whole lot. Like I said, the only difference is here, he's just a little bit more sadistic.
In the original DTA,
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So, I mean, yeah.
So, all you horror guys out there who do wrestling stuff too, which I guess we're the only ones.
Right now, I haven't got the market, buddy.
Put Jake on your list.
Put Jake on there.
Jake is terrifying.
In a real, sense, too.
Yeah.
So, he's out there. Up next.
You're going to do a lot of editing on this, right?
Oh, yes. Not for time, though. Not for time. Up next. And this guy had a good run, too. A good 20-minute run. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. What is it with Hacksaw doing decent in Rumbles? I mean...
Piper's tag team partner, apparently.
They work out together. They help each other out.
Rocking those blue trunks.
Dude, identical almost.
I know.
The only difference is, like, one of them had different knee pad colors, but as a kid even, I'd always get kind of confused, like, well, which one's which? Because in the far white shots, it was like, who?
Well, I mean, one of them had an ass like this.
Yeah. But still, though, I mean, when it's covered up by a couple other guys, like, is that, Piper getting worked over, or is that Hacksaw? But Hacksaw comes down.
That would matter how you were going to cheer or boo, right?
No, I liked them both. I was a fan of both.
Okay.
I'd yell ho, and then my mom would smack me.
I was going to say, like,
then
you still do, though.
But still.
Well, that's because you're a Godfather fan.
That's it, exactly. Has a different connotation now.
Yeah.
Up next, we
Is
get...
it hot in here or what?
It's a little
Jesus.
warm. It's a little warm.
Check local listings. This is a very hot fall.
Ridiculous fall. This is bullshit. Anyways, up next, with another great run, 27 minutes, IRS. You would not know the one we associate. Well, Mike Rotunda, or Rotunda, whatever you want to call him, you would kind of associate with, but not IRS. Like, you don't associate great technical or lasting ability in a Royal Rumble with the IRS, making his debut in the Royal Rumble itself, and man, I love it. I'll jump ahead to his, because I mean, I never liked IRS. Now, I mean, as a
he made an awesome child.
Oh, he did, absolutely did. Well, he made one awesome child.
No, I didn't say children.
What the fuck happened to the other one?
I didn't fucking say children.
But as a kid,
so you don't believe?
I do not believe. I'd be more of a Justin Belieber, is that what they call him? Whatever, I'd be more of a Justin Bieber fan than I would a Bo Dallas fan, because Bo Dallas, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Is he the one that hits people and then like runs around like a victory lap?
Way too far into that.
No, I'll definitely keep going with it.
Wow.
Anyways, no. So IRS, I hated as a kid. Now I love the gimmick as an adult, like it's brilliant. But as a kid, I was just like, hey, dude, guys wearing a suit.
Yeah.
Wants me to pay my taxes. I'm a kid. I don't pay taxes, but
yeah.
I'm still offended. Then I was like, no.
That's gotta suck, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think a few times he actually said the kids should pay their taxes. Like that's how you get heat on like challenge. He's just like, and all you children out there buying that Hogan merchandise, you better be paying the taxes on. You know,
parents are.
So it's just like he didn't care though. He wanted more money.
Double taxes.
The tie finally comes into play. He's got Piper over. Piper's on the bottom, but he reaches up and grabs that tie, and instead of just like, I don't know, undone the tie quickly or something, he's just like, ah! And then he gets pulled over, which was a brilliant spot right there. IRS, good run in the Rumble though. Up next, making his final appearance for like 4 years, Jimmy Snuka, Superfly.
Like, should I be celebrating now, given, recent...
I still do, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I mean, I didn't know his wife or his girlfriend.
You still celebrate he who will not be named.
I do. We will get. At some point, we're gonna cross paths with him on this show. Yeah. So I mean, when we get there, we'll do it. But so he comes out very lackluster. I was gonna beat the Jimmy Snuka as a joke last time. I just forgot, so probably not. I just put a big fucking. I did put him on here once. I forget what we were talking about. Something controversial. And I was like, you want controversial? And then I just quickly cut to he who would not be named crying.
Yeah.
They were supposed to tap out. Anyways, Jake, Jimmy Snuka's out there. And
this is why we have no subscribers.
This is what it is right here. I'm having fun though, so I don't care. So yeah. Snuka comes out.
It's all for our own entertainment.
For us at the end of the day.
We're not entertaining you. We're entertaining us. Yes. Entertaining you is just a whatever.
That's it. If it happens, it's a cherry on top, Yeah. Snuka looks horrible here. Like he does. Even because even last year he was old as fuck, but he looked like he was in shape.
Yeah, he
just looked like, oh god, he slipped.
Like even the Taker match.
Mm-hmm. Which was the last interview he did until here. Like, he really hasn't done shit.
I mean, it was a squashish match anyway, but but he came out here and it was just like, whoa.
Yeah, like he just looked rough. Body, face. He made
Flair look like a newborn.
Yeah. And he don't really do much either, because coming out next, at number 20, I believe, which is like, fuck, because you had between 20 and 30 advantage. And Taker draws number 20. It's like, God damn, buddy, sorry.
Oh, yes.
He comes out and quickly throws out Snuka. Just like, fuck you, and he throws him out. Yep. Almost like, as a kid, I kind of thought, just once again, I always make it in my head, I just felt like he was just like, are you still here? Like, did I not fuck you up at WrestleMania?
Killed you.
No! You know what? I'm coming out next. I'm taking him out. And then made a beeline. The beeline he made for Hart last year, he makes a beeline for Snuka and just unceremoniously throws him out. Like, makes no bones about it. Fuck you. And, Snuka will not come back until Survivor Series 96.
Hindsight would say good.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, goddamn. I mean, don't get me wrong. He was able, I won't say he could go. He was able to wrestle later on, but he never looked as good as he did. I mean, it was just like, and I don't just mean by body, I'm talking about just in-ring work too.
Let's take another quick
side road.
Side road here.
Detour here. The Darkside has many detours and turn-offs.
I mean, this is a big, giant fucking forest.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
All I'm trying to do is find my way out. So I'm taking every path that I can. But was Snuka really ever, great?
I would say,
I mean, he was honestly, an early high flyer. I get, where his influence is definitely felt today.
I would say before Hogan became what he was in 85, 84.
Because he was a smaller guy.
But that 83 era with Bob Backlund, Don Morocco, he was the headliner type guy. Never got a world title, but he was still serious contender.
I'm a poser for shit that early.
But you're right, though, because as a kid, and I mentioned this before, as a kid, if you would ask me who's some of the best wrestlers in your era, I'd be like, well, Snuka's up there. I wouldn't have even doubted it. And then looking back, because recently with the network, I started going back and watching all the pay-per-views, not for the show, but just on my own, chronologically, just whenever I get free time, I'll watch another pay-per-view. And I didn't realize that, Snuka was just a jobber on pay-per-view. The guy didn't do shit. And honestly, his matches weren't great looking. And I mean, I'm usually the guy who scoffs at, calling out technicality, especially in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
But it was just like, wow, like, But then when I'd go back, because I was like, there's got to be something to this guy, because I was thinking the same thing you were. I was like, and I went back and did a little research and watched the match, and it's like, no, he was the guy in 83, 82, like that era. I didn't watch, now Joey is big on that territory, but I didn't watch the Pacific Northwest shit. But apparently he was, exactly. He was like a god up there. So I mean, no, at one time he was definitely, and he's earned his legend status. But it's not for anything he really did in WWE, with the exception of the off the top cage.
I was gonna say, unfortunately,
your interaction,
my Snuka
recollection
introduction was by McFoley.
Oh, really?
I mean, I watched this stuff when I was a kid.
That shit was already kind of forgotten and locked away. Yeah.
And McFoley's like, oh, went to WrestleMania or wherever the fuck he went to.
Madison Square Garden,
Madison Square Garden, excuse me. And Snuka jumps off the cage, and it was a big deal, and it changed my life. And
so for you, that was just like, oh, okay, he's a legend then.
He has to be, you know.
Yeah.
And then it's like, no. And I'm honestly, I'm not even saying that because of recent things that went on with his life. Like, he who will not be named had a, well, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
But anyways, but
like, he's a legend that will never be recognized before what he did. Whereas you're thinking here, in your opinion, just from what you've seen, Snuka maybe isn't quite as deserving or even on that level as
not even top 50.
Yeah, okay, no, that's fair. That's really fair because honestly, if I was to do a massive list, it'd be the same. I mean, if I did top 100, he'd be at the lower end just for his contributions to the sport.
I was gonna say, not even his high flyer stuff he did. I mean, you know, and
give him this though. Uber over. Like, people was always like me as a kid. We bought the hype. We're like, oh shit, Superfly. Yeah. But then it was just like, no. Like, he never delivered, and this was just a good case of that. Like, literally, and you can tell they were already phasing him out.
Well, I mean, a year prior, he got fucking squashed by the Undertaker.
Absolutely. So, I mean,
he was still a newbie at the time.
Exactly. So, I mean, here, just kind of like, they're just filling the ring out. They need wrestlers, which is fucked up because they actually had a pretty good undercard.
I believe that's going to be a repeating thing.
Whereas, jokes aside, we kind of joke, but to me, this is one of the most star-studded Rumbles. On the heartburn. Sorry, I ate some sausage. Meat Lover's Bowl this morning. Had some egg and cheese and bacon.
Is this the Saturday Night Live skit?
It's it. So, anyways,
are we talking about the Bulls or the Bears?
The Bears. The Bears. But anyways, lost my train of thought. Literally was on that whole thing.
Heart attacks will do that too.
Fuck it. But anyway, so but Snuka. Oh yeah, no, star-studded Royal Rumble. We look at the list. It really is an impressive list, though. It is compared to what you'll see later on.
Remember back when they didn't have to use like old wrestlers or special guests.
Surprise, interesting. Yeah, I don't like what Royal Rumble has become at all.
I mean, I enjoy seeing who.
That's what it is. Now it's just more like it's a spectacle for who's going to be there as opposed to who's going to win the Rumble.
Who's going to win? Yeah.
Because at this point, it's just like I don't know.